Hey!
Computer entertainment.
My sheep.
Ben's here, Nick's here. Okay, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna continue
Good
my
introduction
what?
for.
Oh, Ben's here, Nick's here.
Ben's here, Nick's here.
Ben's here, Nick's here. Anyway, so I'm gonna continue my string of PS1 horror games with a good old Dracula Resurrection.
What is that?
So there's two.
That's a good.
There's two Dracula games for PS1. There's Dracula Resurrection and the last Sanctuary. Why is Resurrection the first one and then Last Sanctuary is the second one? Why?
Because Dracula gets resurrected.
I just think Resurrection should be the sequel.
Okay,
It's
so
Resurrection.
They're both just incredibly
but
generic titles.
They're very generic,
But the
yeah.
second one is the last Sanctuary.
So this is Borgo in 1897. In case you can't read.
Just ignored.
So this is
Jocks.
Trev, do you have the remote? Because we're gonna want to be hearing a lot of the sound effects here.
This is a French game.
Also, this is officially a sequel to Bram Stoker's Dracula, like dead serious. So I forget these guys' names, but they're Dracula's like minions, and they're pulling a certain crate through the wilderness. That's Jonathan Morris, a.k.a. Keanu Reeves from the 1992 movie.
Dude.
Was this made by the original author?
I think so. Like it's known as like a literal sequel. By the way,
Sure looks good.
are you trying to take Dracula down with just bullets? Good luck, my friends.
Morris, huh? Reminds me of a certain other Dracula-based series.
Yep.
Shut up, Siri!
Shut up.
Literally taking
After
a...
weeks
done
spent battling
with
the
you.
monster, we have finally managed to destroy Dracula.
Siri!
Stop. Stop.
Idiot!
Quincy
Stop.
lies dying at our
Stop.
feet.
Go away.
All we can do is be with him as he slips into
I don't even
oblivion.
have Siri named.
Mina is saved, yes,
Turn
but
on
for how long?
subtitles.
I don't think there are
The
subtitles.
vampire's blood runs in her veins. Though the marks on her neck have disappeared, who knows whether they will reappear or not one day. True,
Wow.
we all saw Dracula disappear, yet not one of us can say for certain whether we have actually defeated the fiend.
So Quincy Morris, I think, as well, died. His girlfriend, like Elizabeth or whatever, was bitten by Dracula. So this game is something. I'm gonna tell you, folks.
Is this like a point and click?
It's a point and click, yeah. Yep. So this is 7 years later in London. In case you can't read.
Please excuse my writing, but my hand trembles so I can barely hold my pen.
Oh, wow. This
After
is
you left
perfect
this morning,
script.
a strange dizziness came over me. I went out for some fresh air, and when I looked up, I was at Carfax. Dracula's home was summoning
Yeah,
me
that's
as
what
if
I
he'd
heard.
returned
Show me the
and
Carfax.
wanted me again. As I write, I can no longer master the power that is drawing me there. I'm leaving on the first boat to Transylvania. I feel that I must go back to the castle. I am powerless. I must find out what is happening to me. Don't attempt to follow me. Your presence would only complicate things. Forgive me. Mina.
So Mina sucks. She was bitten by Dracula, so now she always has
Seward,
like
my
Dracula's
friend.
blood in her.
My deepest fears were founded. This morning,
back in the
Mina
day,
was
they
overcome by a
really,
fit of insanity, and she took off for Transylvania alone.
Storyline.
Apparently,
That's something
Dracula is back. Could you start investigating this matter in London and find out whether the threat is real? If so, we will have to recruit new allies and go back into battle. Beware, and be careful. I am leaving all post-haste to catch up with Mina. She only has a few hours lead. I hope I find her before it's too late.
Oh, there we go.
Jonathan.
Transylvania and Varna. So, this is quite the video game, and I hope you all enjoy. I'm not gonna say this is on the level of
What?
dude. So first of all, before we do anything,
That's actually super
pretty impressive, right? Like pretty impressive. There are, however, some parts that are not so impressive.
It's actually kind of making me sick.
You think so?
I think this looks awesome. awesome.
I think it looks great. I had a good time playing.
Whenever I play PS1 games,
Oh my god. That is very disturbing. Listen to that, that's not incredible. Look how he holds his hands like this. Fingers all the time. That was unnecessary.
And they know.
Why has this coat got so many buttons? Because it's a triple-breasted. Okay.
that was
And
the
that's
style
like
at
a
the time.
quadruple.
This is my waifu.
You can have
Welcome, stranger. Welcome to
This
my
triangle
humble
is
inn.
mine.
I hope those two brutes didn't hurt you. I cannot imagine what
You know
got
what this
into them.
game has better
Never
than
mind.
Final Fantasy?
You
Yep.
must have had a long trip, and it is already very late. Now, sit by the stove and get warm. If you need anything at all, I'm there in the kitchen. Please feel free, make yourself at home.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to actually
This game is.
this game is pretty cool.
Whenever I play PS1 games, I get into that like 90s like.
No!
And this is hitting all the marks for me.
I must go to the castle as soon as possible.
All around in
To the
one
castle.
screen, rather than having to
It's
flick
late.
left and right.
The road is long and hardly safe. You must be exhausted. Don't bother about going to the castle tonight. I'll get your
What's some,
room ready, and
fanfic
tomorrow
about-
we're discussing.
Tomorrow will be too late. I must go to the castle now.
34.
You really
Yeah.
have to go.
I'm looking it up right now.
Tonight is
I'm
St.
on it.
George's Eve.
There's no
At the
possible
stroke
way
of
that it
midnight,
is.
all the evil roaming the world will be
No.
master on earth.
Don't say
Do you
that.
realize where you're going and
Oh,
what it
God.
is? Stay here.
Yeah,
Don't
There's
really.
one close up of a wall.
for your mother's sake.
What's this game called?
Dracula Resurrection. So essentially, what she said was,
God! Just
guys. Essentially, what she
the
said.
eyes!
Essentially, what she said was, you can't go out because this is St. George's Eve. It's where like all the bad creatures in the world come out and kill you if you're outside. So she really doesn't want me to go outside. And we're gonna talk to this lovely bloke.
I want to go to the castle. What is the shortest path?
To the old castle. But it has been deserted ever since the Count disappeared.
Jesus.
What do you want to do there, stranger?
I don't have time to explain, but it is very important for me to get to the castle immediately.
Why is the
You
main
ought to
character
wait
voice
for
actor
daylight.
voiced by
The path is strewn with traps. You'll have to face countless, unimaginable dangers.
Okay,
You'd better
uninstall.
stay with me. We'll have a drink together.
I cannot. It's a question of life and death.
Whatever you like, young man. Well, you can take the old bridge behind the inn, but it's not safe.
Is that really the only way?
Oh, in any case, it's certainly the fastest.
Just the way that they like.
Oh, in any way. All right, so I pressed the wrong button. Didn't I? Okay, good. So we are going to head outside here. There will be some times where I have to briefly pause because I don't have this game memorized. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I know. I have a pretty good idea of what's going on, but so we want to be heading, I believe, to the left. Yeah, the one called Ponds.
Dude, I love games that just have to, like, they were designed under such strict hardware limitations and they end up being just so unique in this way. I think they're, like, the coolest games.
So I want to find the one that says Crematorium, which I'm guessing is cemetery in whatever language they speak in Transylvania.
Do not know what language they speak in Transylvania.
Boy, I'm so sorry.
Romanian. Duh! Everybody who's anybody knows
I'm
that.
such an idiot! Okay.
Like, is that guy doesn't know his Eastern Bloc country languages?
Alright, so we're in the cemetery.
Is that even part of the Eastern Bloc? Yes. What's the
I know.
Eastern Bloc?
Why is Nicholas the uncultured swine?
So we're gonna get this is a heck of a. By the way, so let's check this out real quick. When you press circle, it brings up the stuff you can use. So let's immediately use this pickaxe.
That looks really good.
I think that this game's graphics for the time are fantastic.
I think this game looks cool. But it also seems like a game that since you have, what was that, like 20 slots?
Yeah. So did I follow a fact the entire time I was playing this game?
Yeah, this
you
game seems
bet
like
your
it'd be
dang butt.
impossible.
So yeah, I'm going to.
What's that, spooky?
Yeah. So I need to go to the spooky, but you need to be in the right place to go to the spooky.
Yeah, I will say it looks like really good.
Oh, it just tells you that you can do stuff.
Yeah. Well, if you have the correct thing attached, it'll tell you. But it's not going to say, oh, you have to use the pickaxe. But if you choose the pickaxe, it'll say, yeah.
Terrible form. Like, that's just gonna, like, make him so sore.
Ben, king of the,
Okay, so this is
pickaxe.
far and away the most important item in the game. It's the Dragon's Ring, which we're going to be yelled at about later. But in the meantime, let's exit. By the way, the speedrun for this game on PC, obviously it loads instantly. The speedrun's like 12 minutes long, and it's, if you know what's going on, it's kind of fun to watch, because the whole thing with the speedrun is just finding the area where you can, like, continue. Obviously, this will be much longer than that.
Why do you play on PC?
Yeah, why don't you play on PC?
I have a PS1.
Nice.
So we're going to head to
You're
the
playing
cross.
on PS2, though.
I have a PS2.
You also have a PS, or a,
I
sorry,
guess
a PC.
I could have played it on PC, but like I would have had to find it and download it. But I have the actual disc for the game for PS1, so I figured what the heck. So there's a lot of times in this game, without a fact, you would never figure out what you're supposed to pick up. For instance, so like you'd have to come the whole way around here, right? Which is like way far away. Then you have to realize that this is an item you can pick up. Yeah.
Alright, that... You're kidding.
And it's I mean, every item in this game is important, as in every item you use. The Dragon's Ring is the most important because you use it the most times. But, like, literally, how could you do that? I remember even following the fact, and I was like, I don't understand where the slingshot is. And it's like a little, like, slingshot, like a
What,
David
did he
Blatt
just
kind of thing.
cross-reference the speedrun to figure out what to go?
Sometimes, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna head on back.
Do you like the lack of paper towels and towels?
Sorry.
It's cool.
If someone would have told me, I would have grabbed some, bruh. Alright, so we want to...
You just lost your wedding.
How'd you do that?
Wow.
Oh, that literally was your ring.
Why would I still be wearing that?
I don't know.
What was
Whatever.
that?
What ring do you still wear?
It's just a ring.
Just a
I
ring.
have no idea where it was.
Are you just getting used to, or did you get used to wearing a ring when you were married?
Yeah, I
And
did.
No longer.
And now I like to fidget with it. It's just a...
Oh, I found my way to the right place. Look at that.
Oh, this guy loves to fidget.
I do.
He's a big fidgeter.
So
keeps
we're
the
going
mind
to go
active.
over this bridge.
Go away, and don't come back.
I guess we won't.
That's really cool.
So yeah, he doesn't let us. He doesn't. So we have to
Go
figure out.
away and don't.
We have to figure out how to get that guy to move, because eventually we have to get through there. Okay, so in the meantime, we're gonna check out this well, and we notice that it's locked.
You really can't find it.
So we're gonna head.
Stop looking. I'm just laying here now.
Nick's ring is gone forever, lads.
Well,
It definitely hit something.
I know.
But
I heard it. It's okay.
I saw it too.
I didn't see it.
So we're gonna head back into
Let's
the
look
inn.
for it after Spencer's done with his game.
No, I need to do something right now.
No, you don't. Get out.
Guys, I'm entertaining you with Dracula Resurrection.
Is that what it is?
I want to like kind of hover around the PS2 in a precarious manner.
There we go.
That
All
sounds
right.
pretty good.
So we're gonna ask him. We're gonna ask him about the new things that we're doing.
You shouldn't have touched that object.
Eh.
Misfortune is again our lot. Beware, you don't know what powers you are dealing with. It's Dracula. Dracula the devil.
Dracula. Is this in any way related to
Wow,
the
they really like extreme
Dracula
close-ups.
means the son of the dragon. In our country,
you just have to
Transylvania,
go up and down.
the dragon is a very evil
Country,
creature.
Transylvania.
It wreaks chaos and total destruction. The dragon is the guardian of the gates to hell.
Damn, that sounds pretty bad.
That's me.
This feels like Limbo of the Lost, but way better.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
slingshot at the foot
earlier.
of the cross.
A slingshot is very practical.
Like limbo
You can always
Like,
count on it
also,
when
this
you're
game
hunting
came out
or
like
poaching.
10 years
Off their path.
before
Me,
Limbo Lost.
I hunt birds near the lake. You can see them up
Yeah,
in
this
the
game was
big
99, I
old oak
believe.
tree. There are always plenty of birds there.
There was also a bird on the cross.
This game also doesn't
He'd have been
plagiarize
crucified.
everything.
Ah, the fiends! I'm sure it was Viorel and his men. They're Dracula's infernal minions. They're bloodthirsty brutes. Me, I hunt for my
Those were the minions that messed
them,
with you earlier.
They kill for their sacrifices. But what devil do they serve? They disappeared for a while, but recently they have come back.
Huh. Alright, so we're done talking to him. And we're gonna go talk to everyone's favorite.
I sympathize with him much less as a still image.
I think that's how it usually goes.
Yep.
So she's gonna get mad.
God damn it.
When I pulled the
Look at her.
stones away in the cemetery, I found a strange ring. A mysterious blue light was pointing right to the spot.
Did you see blue flames? Blue flames only appear on nights when the demons have broken their chains. Tonight, no man in this region will dare brave the outdoors,
We're actually
even if the
looking for
flames pointed to a spot with a buried treasure.
Wow.
Buried treasure?
Oh my god.
When I was a
His
child,
like pupils weren't
my
aligned.
grandmother would tell me the story of the invasions that beset our country for centuries.
Practically every square inch of this land has been steeped in men's blood, but the invaders never found much. The peasants preferred to bury their most precious possessions rather than see them fall into the hands of the barbarians. It is said that their gold is cursed. Get that ring away from me!
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Do you know about Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah, we're gonna see a little bit more of that. All right, so we're gonna leave the inn again. Essentially, this game does a thing where you'll find an item, you have to come back to the inn, and then when you talk to them again, like the people again, they'll be like, "Hey, why don't you try doing this here?" And you're like, "Okay." I don't know if that's necessary for the speed run, but it's obviously nice for a playthrough. So we're gonna head down here. We're gonna go to the lake. I forget which one it is, but we're looking for like Lacus. Oh god, it's so okay. Yeah, it's very dark in this TV, but it's definitely the left one.
Was it visible on the TV that you were playing on?
Yeah, this TV is just darker.
It also could be.
Okay, yeah, but this is definitely right. So we're gonna head to this cabin first, and we have a friend waiting for us here.
Get away from this cabin! Otherwise you'll have to answer to me!
Friend.
He's a good guy. So let's not do that. Let's head on back.
We should get away from that cabin. Otherwise, we'll have to answer to him.
I mean, he seems very, like, daunting. Luckily, there is a nearby big tree, TM, with a ladder, TM.
I'm surprised that he is just completely oblivious to this.
Well, this guy seems pretty freaking stupid. Okay.
Okay, you make fun of him all you want, but like that guy's name.
So this is really silly, but the old guy did mention that slingshots are good for, like, hurting birds. So, yeah. So we're gonna be literally the greatest marksman in the history of the world.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
What did you hit?
I don't know if we hit them or just scared them.
Okay, I accept that more, even though it's still stupid.
Well, now you hit him, right?
We're gonna do something a little more forward.
You're gonna break into his cabin now that he went to check on the birds.
We're gonna do
piece of
we're gonna do
rotten
something
meat in front of him, so he's distracted by it.
We're gonna do something a little more forward than all of that.
Just kill him.
Honestly, essentially.
Bite his neck. Turn him into a vampire.
You are going to plunge a knife into his back.
So first, yeah. By the way, that's
Or kidney.
yeah. So that's an item, by the way. I'm sure you all saw it.
I'm sure if you're playing on a TV that doesn't suck.
So
But
you're gonna club
are you kidding me?
You're going to talk to him.
quite literally gonna club him.
So you're gonna ask him to join you to the club.
want the villain or the protagonist?
This guy is actually like
Solid Snake.
dumb looking. Who? It's literally MGS music. And when I say kill him, he literally lands in the water. So
He lands in freezing cold water.
Throw the club away.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of the evidence.
So we're gonna get this flute. Just it's adventure game logic, so just deal with
Are you
it.
the satyr now?
I am the saber.
And then we're gonna head out here, and we're gonna get. Actually, we went too far. No! And we're gonna get this good old. Once I turn around. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Okay, so.
This is actually
They're actually both nice.
Excuse me, it is not. Trev, can you turn it down just a little bit?
It's
Sorry.
actually like very interesting, just like how they handle like each scene, like the perspective of it.
I think, like I said, I think this game is pretty dope in like a funky way. All right, so
Like graphically, like it's and mechanically.
Oh, yes, okay.
Like,
So those are the
like,
two.
It's very unique.
yeah, I agree. I'm glad I picked it up. I just kind of was randomly looking for a horror game. I tried to play Illbleed, but like I honestly don't understand it. Like I really don't. So I'm gonna have to just watch a speedrun of it.
Come on.
It's really, I don't understand it. It's,
I can teach you how to play.
Oh, Illbleed?
For
Yeah.
some reason, I definitely remember the beginning of this game. I don't remember anything like the middle or ending. I might have watched like Franco-Matic play this.
It's
or something.
possible. I could see that. I mean, I played it before, but only like a little tiny bit.
Remember
All right, so we're
Franco-Matic, by
down
the
in.
way?
No, I don't.
He still uploads videos every once in a
Are you
while.
serious?
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
He was a guy that I
Yeah.
used to like follow on the Something Awful Let's Play forum.
Yeah, he
Back in,
does.
like,
He does something called
2010.
obscure game theater. But like at a point, he started doing just not even like fun obscure. It'd be like Commodore 64 garbage game obscure. And it's like, well, I don't want to watch that.
That's actually better.
So you
But,
really?
like he's just like an obscure game.
We found a telescope. I honestly don't know how you'd be able to, like, maybe if you're like an adventure like game person and you play them a lot, but a lot of times I would like the items aren't obvious enough as to like when you should pick them up. So unless you're literally just moving the cursor up and down until it changes, I guess I could see that. But yeah. So we are going to go talk to our favorite right, we have to be in the exact right spot to go through the door, and then talk to our favorite little lady. She is lovely as ever.
God,
And we're gonna ask
I'm
her
not- I
about
have to look away.
this flute.
This
Well,
is awful.
You can only talk to her
The
one more
lizards
time for
who
one more
belonged
item,
to the
so it's
men
almost over.
shoved you as they left. Be careful. They mustn't find you with the flute, or you'll be in very serious trouble.
I wonder what they use this instrument for.
One day when I was in the attic, I saw them near the bridge. One man played a melody,
Why does her,
and another
like,
man showed up
There are
directly.
random parts of
I
like
don't know
her
whether they
chest
saw
that
me,
like
but they left
just
right
like
after that.
twitch.
It's
Why are you
graphics. dude.
looking?
I wasn't looking. That's the thing. It was distracting enough.
He was fixated.
So we're gonna head.
Anything to
That's actually-
not look at her face,
Yeah, that's
right?
Ben's dream girl.
I hope you and her will be very happy together. You and her and me and Alex Swingle can double date.
There we go.
I would rather.
You would rather date a man.
I would rather walk straight into hell.
Well, okay.
That
Doesn't mean anything.
Okay, Ben, would you rather date Alex Swingle
I
or
would
that
rather
woman?
walk straight into hell.
That
No,
doesn't
that's
mean
not.
anything.
That's not an option.
It is an option. I won't
Like,
make it an option.
Is it like the biblical hell where it's like lakes
I will
of
make
sulfur, or
God
your own-
look at my ass and walk into hell.
That doesn't make any sense.
He just,
All right.
He just
Your
keeps
Because
saying
God's the opposite of hell.
Your
So
own
as
personal
far
hell?
as this game is
No.
concerned,
it. Spencer's talking.
we're
doesn't
gonna
matter.
be moving this.
I don't like that.
Okay.
By the way, this game is 2 discs and somehow not like 5 discs.
Your boots are very red.
Thank you.
That was a hard day's work.
It was a hard day's work. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, of course, is
You know about the Beatles?
Who? You ever heard about those guys, the Beatles?
we're gonna grab this and we're gonna turn around
Beatles rock band.
Overrated.
and we are going to quite literally instantly use that item. It's like a door handle, which, by the way, we see in the second game. Just a little piece of information for you.
Okay, so this is a door handle that you put in the ceiling.
Okay, so we're gonna go up here.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard her before, but she said that flute, they use it, like Dracula uses it to like summon his minions.
Alright.
So this is pretty complicated. So we're gonna use the telescope up here.
Well, I think I got it.
Same way Willy Wonka summons his Oompa Loompas.
And we're gonna look through here, right? We see that guy's over there from before. So what are we gonna do? No, it's the other one. So what are we gonna do?
What if Willy Wonka is Dracula?
He probably is. I mean, he murdered a bunch of children, didn't he?
Wait,
That is true.
Why don't we use the knife on him?
That's a good idea.
Throwing knife.
He's got the wrong heft.
Throwing knife.
throwing knife, huh?
Hatchet.
Could have sworn I did that right. Maybe I. Yeah. Could have sworn I used the flute on him, but let me see.
It's okay.
How do you use a
like
flute
80
on
meters,
someone?
It's fine.
All right, so
You're looking directly at the
what
guy.
else? What I have to do? Okay.
Maybe you have to talk to him first.
I mean, I saw him first. Hold on one sec. Maybe I have to go talk to the, this is really stupid, but maybe I have to go talk to the guy, like the old guy first. I wouldn't put it past any adventure game to do that, so let's see. I want to get down, bro. Ooh, that was close. Alright, so let's go talk to him real quick, see if he says something about the flute. That might even be it. I might have just completely forgot to talk to him.
Oh, the old guy back in the tavern.
Yeah.
Rip. That's definitely the worst thing about these adventure games. You forget one thing that's across the map, and it's like, well,
Luckily,
it's gonna take 5 minutes.
he's just down here, but
Oh, okay.
I've been in the tavern the whole time. That's the secret.
Can we spot Ben's wife here? Oh.
She gone.
Do I have a wife?
Yeah, that one.
The barmaid.
Okay.
The proprietor.
So hopefully the flute shows up.
Oh no, that's
Okay,
that's
great.
Not, I don't know.
So maybe
what she's
let's see
saying,
what he has
but,
to say.
like,
Maybe
that's
this is
not real.
I see. It's the flute belonging to the ruffians who were sitting there earlier.
Do you know what they use this instrument for?
You still have a lot to learn about the servants of evil. They use it to call each other. They communicate
Yeah,
with
this
one
is probably
another
it.
by playing a melody.
Then that's their
That's right. He
rallying
teaches
cry.
me.
Do you know what melody they play?
I watched them. They weren't paying attention to me. They thought I was drunk, but it takes more than a dozen drinks to befuddle my brain. I remember the
That's
tune
me.
they used to call one another. Here it is.
Is he actually gonna say it? He's really
Very
good at that. He's
That's
so
me.
good at that.
All right, so yeah, that's literally what it was. So he taught me, and now we're gonna go back up. Luckily, it's not too far. Just wait till you see how we BTFO this guy. It's pretty good. So
Sewing.
we're gonna head on back with these PS1 load times. There's 3 phones going on in this room right now, so I know
Hey,
I'm
I'm
being
still
very
paying attention.
interesting.
I'm
I'm
still paying
doxing
attention.
people.
Got it, Nick.
Are you doxing?
I'm just trying to get rid of my AP in my dumb game that I play, and then I'll be done.
Do I have to use that thing again? Are you serious?
Do it.
Wow.
Nice.
Pretty dumb. Alright, so...
That's epic.
It's epic and... Must you burp all the time?
I want to add some variety to the commentary.
Okay, so we are going to look through the telescope again. And now that we know... And that makes sense. Now that we know the tune, we are going to use it correctly. Hey, there we go. Now, here's where it gets epic. I'm just gonna stand here like a little idiot.
That's what I do all of my life, basically.
And we're gonna go over here.
You're gonna kill him?
Now look at this. And remember when we picked up a knife earlier?
Yeah, bro. Weren't you paying attention?
I wanted to throw it at... Are we throwing it? We really should have, though.
How did that hurt him?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to go back down. And we need to check on our man, who we just knocked out.
Just an item.
So let's head on out here. However...
Whoa.
Did you see that? The sign fell down and knocked the auger out. Fiorel is going to be furious. I have to hurry downstairs and lock the doors. May the good Lord protect us.
So when she did that, she came through this door and she unlocked it. This was locked earlier, but now it's unlocked because for some... I guess she came out here to check on him. It's like a balcony, and it's very dark. So we're down now, lads. We're ground floor. We're
check that dead guy.
We're where it's meant to be. He's over here. So we're gonna check him out, and we're gonna grab these keys.
Wow.
Now, unfortunately, we can't use these keys right now because why would you? Why would you want to use these keys right away? So we have to head. If you remember, we I think it came from this direction. So I'm actually gonna go this. So we have to go to that bridge that he was at. I'm gonna try my best to remember because this is always a little tough to remember exactly.
What's that?
What do I feel? Yeah, it's the well, but we're not, I think, quite ready to go there. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the bridge. Okay. So we're going to go on this bridge. We're gonna go on this bridge.
Oh.